You fuck with football, preach? Word? What do you think about AB going to the Bucks?
It's not a bad movie.
I think AB's still the best receiver in the league, though.
Nah, cut it out.
Who's better than him?
Julio Jones.
Oh my! This nigga's been going 2-18 for the past 10 years.
But Nick, that's not football though. You say best receiver.
I agree, but DeAndre Hopkins okay, winning teams. Julio Jones might be, bro. No one's
He's the best receiver.
Let's not even talk about him. His team goes.
Do you know the
2-18.
best two receivers in the league right now are Robbie Anderson and
Robbie Anderson for
they
the
have
Jets?
the most yards. No. He's on the Panthers. Robbie Anderson and Moore. But they're not doing too good as a team.
That's why, because they have no other weapons. Their team is trash, so throw it up to them. So you can't really judge how good
you're not just throwing up. There's two receivers. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's on a winning team.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that person's not the best receiver. Julio Jones is a freak. It's literally hard to guard Julio Jones.
When did we
Megatron's a top receiver, right? But his team was ass.
Megatron was different talented, though. That was a Hall of Fame talent. Rob, you're not telling me Rob.
That's what I'm saying. Julio Jones is Hall of Fame.
Correct. But why did Julio Jones get big when the Falcons was winning and they went to the Super Bowl?
That's not when he just got big.
But that's when we really gave him his respect. Like,
that's
you
when
the best
give anyone
receiver.
their respect.
Right. So now he doesn't get any respect.
I believe his name is Slay, who's on the Eagles. Everyone gave him respect. He was on Detroit. Detroit's an average team. He's on the Philadelphia Eagles right now on an ass team, but he's still a top receiver, a cornerback.
Cornerback is. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying let's not even talk about him in those terms.
Yeah, we know Antonio Brown is good, but you got to understand if we look at I hope you're not basing it off of just seeing him work out. Like,
no, I think he's the best. I think he's still the best receiver in the league. That's not based on his workouts.
Julio Jones.
Let's see when he comes back.
Yes.
If he puts up numbers and he goes to the Super Bowl, he's better than Julio Jones. Let's respect sports in that way.
Then, yeah.
Anthony Davis is better than Paul George. Why? Because he's just better than Paul George. But you're right. I think I might put AD over Kawhi because he performed in the playoffs and they won the championship.
No. Kawhi is a 10 times better basketball player than AD. AD can't do. Kawhi can do stuff by himself. Yeah, he needs a team, but
AD could do stuff by himself.
I don't know what happened this year, but Kawhi, that was some disappointing.
Yeah.
Play off P. You remember when I hit you?
Thank you. You didn't say Kawhi. You said Paul George. Paul George was the problem.
He was a problem.
Was the problem? It's not Kawhi.
But it's arguable that LeBron and Paul George are number 1, number 2 best players in the league. LeBron and Anthony Davis.
Paul George?
LeBron and Anthony Davis.
Not even close. I think it might. I don't know how KD is.
Look, yeah, KD's a different story.
KD's like 7
bro, AD is fucking ill, bro. This guy
But
is 7 foot, arguably one of the best shooters in the league, and he's a dog too.
He can do everything.
They used to say, "Oh, Anthony Davis, he's not mentally tough." Cut that out. He's proven to us that he's as mentally tough as anybody.
He just don't have the
in
right
league.
pieces around him. That's anything in life.
Who don't have the right pieces around him?
I said he didn't. When they were saying,
that's a
probably
fact.
saying he wasn't tough. Well,
That's a fact.
If you're the only guy that is the main superstar,
What do you?
Carmelo was the main superstar in the Knicks. You're gonna call him not a dog?
He was. I don't think that's the reason they said he wasn't a dog. I think he was always hurt. By the way, if I was playing for the Pelicans and we're not going to the playoffs, I'll be hurt too. What the fuck am I going hard for?
AD always gets hurt. Like,
KD?
AD, he always gets hurt.
Not this year.
I mean, there's a few times where it was just like, oh, like he sprained his ankle a few times in the finals. Yeah, playoffs in general, and you're like, oh, AD might be out. So
I think we spoke about this here before. I think he's too big.
Yeah,
he's too big for his frame.
Definitely too big for his frame. It's just hard. It's a lot of core work too, and being that big and then moving like that and landing, you gotta think, God,
this dude said a lot of core work. What the fuck does his core have to do with that?
Core is everything. It's like the balance.
You think his core is weak?
No, I'm not saying his core is weak, but what I'm saying is just because of his height, it's just hard to adapt to that. To how big. Appreciate it. It's hard for him to adapt to that body size.
Okay. Well, what do you think about the NBA? I think they're saying that the NBA wants to come back in December. They want to start on Christmas Day.
That'd be perfect.
Why would that be perfect? Speak up a little bit.
You speak up a little bit.
No,
that would be perfect because when did the
there's going to be
finish? When did the championship finish?
The championship finished in early October.
Early October, November. 2 months off. So I would say that. So the teams in the finals are just gonna have the advantage. Really?
Why?
Because they play basketball with their team till October, and you have November, and you get a little bit of December. Let's say 2 months, and you're back into play, right?
Well,
which is perfect.
Yeah, but or like LeBron and AD, some guys are complaining and saying that it's too quick of a turnaround. I think Jared Dudley came out and say if the league was to start in December, they don't. I think Kyle Kuzma said it. He doesn't expect to see LeBron there for the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I don't blame LeBron. But it's perfect for the other team. It's perfect for the masses. It'll be a small compared the teams that, let's say the final teams that are complaining, right? Only the two final teams. So we got the LA Lakers and we have the Miami Heat complaining like we don't want to start the game in December. We don't want to start the season in December. Sorry. That's just a small percentage of the masses. You understand? So remember, we got to think about the whole organization as a whole. Fine, just don't let the superstars play. And yes, that might affect the chances of going to the playoffs, but
for the Miami Heat more so than the Lakers. But then again, the West is so tough. You think LeBron and AD could take a month off? Let's say they play. I think it's going to be a 72-game season. Let's say they play 10 games in the first month. They spread it out, right? Let everyone get back into it. Because I don't think they're probably going to be able to have a preseason.
Yep.
Do you think the Lakers would still be able to make the playoffs? I don't know. Because the West is beastie, bro. You got Golden State coming back. You have...
With what pick?
They don't have a high pick.
And there's no one like extremely hot. Somebody an extremely hot basketball player, but... We're not. If we think of a college basketball player to go fit in that organization off the
draft, what are you talking about? Why?
Because they did very bad, so they get a top solid pick.
Wait, what team are you talking about?
The Golden State Warriors. You said the Golden State Warriors are coming back, but yes, they get a top pick.
I think they might go with. So, okay, so I'm not gonna act like I know anything. I don't know anything about the players in this draft. I know they are saying LaMelo Ball is arguably the first or the second best player.
Oh yeah.
I wish someone else takes whatever the first guy is who's in competition with him. I hope they take him first, and then the Golden State Warriors get LaMelo Ball. That's gonna be a great story. We just integrated LeVar Ball with the biggest dynasty in basketball for our lifetime, at least, other than the Spurs.
So we have number one. If we're gonna go off the draft for the 2020, which is November 18th. Number one pick, Minnesota Timberwolves have the number one pick. So they're saying LaMelo Ball. Golden State Warriors has the second pick. Off of this article from NBC Sports, they say Denny Adiha is a small forward from Maccabi Tel Aviv. I'm not too sure. He's 6'9", 215 pounds, age 19. I'm not too sure. And then the third pick is the Charlotte Hornets. We'll do the top 5 picks. Number 4, Chicago Bulls. And number 5 is the Cleveland Cavaliers. And they saying Cleveland, based off of NBC Sports, should get James Wiseman. I believe that's the, if I'm not mistaken, is that the center from Memphis that had the situation with
money
and was it Penny Hardaway?
Penny Hardaway gave him money?
Was it Penny Hardaway? I believe.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention at all, but I feel bad for the Cavs. I feel like the Cavs, ever since LeBron came back, got them their chip, they haven't gotten the number one pick, and they've been the worst team in basketball every year.
But they did get blessed that 1 year, right? They were getting taken care of. They had number one picks. They had Kyrie Irving. Well, not recently, since now, but before then, you had Kyrie as a top pick, right? When LeBron left, you had Andrew Wiggins, and then you had the year
Anthony Bennett.
But understand that was a year that there was no one hot in that draft. Well, if Anthony Bennett was the number one pick, and now look at him, we don't even know where he is at. We know that he had sleeping problems and asthma.
Wait, what, is that why he was trash?
I mean, part of it.
No one's.
Nah, seriously, Nick.
I wonder why he flamed out, but it's because he had sleep. Like what? He couldn't go to bed.
Like just snoring, just out of shape. Yeah. Seriously.
Wait, that's why he wasn't as good in the league as he was supposed to be.
But that was part of his problem. I'm not saying that's the reason why. That's part of the problem.
Nah, so they had Victor Oladipo in his draft class, CJ McCollum, Steven Adams. Giannis was in that draft class. Who else? Mason Plumlee, Andre Roberson, Rudy Gobert. So far we have like 3 deep boys at MVP in this class.
Yep.
We have Tim Hardaway Jr., a decent player.
You shoot the lights out.
That's about it.
But there's videos of Tristan Thompson and Andre Drummond being able to shoot threes. That's what they're switching their game to. And then someone said it might be too late for Andre Drummond to be switching his game to shooting threes, but he's young, 29. He's a young dude. And a lot of guys in their prime are like 30s.
I mean, so he improved his free throw shooting, right? I think he went from like literally one of the worst free throw shooters in NBA history to being decent. But shooting threes is something completely different. I don't think him and Tristan Thompson have the game for that. That's one of those off-season things. That's one of those Ben Simmons.
That's what they're doing.
But that's one of those off-season things. It's like, bro, you're wasting your time. Because there is not one coach in the NBA that's going to say Tristan Thompson, stand out on a wing and spot up.
But that's what the game is evolving to. So would he have to do that? Yes. And is that what he's working on? Yes.
Okay. That's what the game is evolving to. But unfortunately, Tristan Thompson is not going to evolve to that.
But he's working on evolving to that. So you
think eventually Tristan Thompson is going to be a player that a coach will put the ball in his hand and say shoot a 3?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
If
you practicing that, yes.
You think Ben Simmons hasn't practiced his 3-point shot?
It might come. Well, does LeBron shoot better now or before?
LeBron is a baller. Look at who you compare Tristan Thompson to.
I understand that, but when he was on the Heat,
he's a better shooter now.
Better shooter now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it could come.
But he's always been a guy that shot, though.
Yes.
You understand? These guys don't shoot at all. Like, even in high school, a coach never said, hey, take a 3-point shot.
Understandable. Is it AD a better shooter now than he was before?
AD is a better shooter.
AD came in the league where Biggs wasn't shooting threes. When he first came into the league, Biggs wasn't shooting threes, right?
Okay.
Right. But he evolved his game, right? He might catch on a little faster, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, if you're evolving your game after a while, it's like, okay, this is coming like second nature. Okay. Understandable. You could compare everyone else to Ben Simmons.
I guess the way you would look at it would be that everyone in the NBA is improving their shooting. So Stephen Curry is a better shooter now than he was as a rookie.
I didn't say everyone. I said those 2 players.
No, but everyone becomes a better shooter, right? You would assume.
Yeah.
Right. Those guys are still going to be behind the pack. It's still going to be a bad shot.
But is it better for them for Colin Sexton, the way he plays, to drive to the rack, right, and get double teamed, then throw it out to Tristan Thompson? No, okay, we got a chance for him to shoot a 3, right? It's better than him. I
think you're wasting a body if Tristan Thompson is outside on the perimeter.
No, but you have to adjust to the game, and you have to adjust to how your point guard plays too. You just get rid of Tristan Thompson?
Basically.
No, that's not.
You get rid of him, or you get him to play the role that he can.
Because there's not too many bigs out there that's doing that.
That's shooting?
Not too many.
What do you mean? Every big in the league is shooting.
What trade are you doing that you know you're gonna get a big for Tristan Thompson that's gonna shoot a 3? If every big is doing it,
Ivan Zubac.
What team is he on?
He's on the Clippers.
He's on the Clippers.
Yeah,
Ivan Zubac.
Mm-hmm.
So they would just trade that. So the Clippers would take Tristan Thompson.
I think they would. So I think apparently the Lakers are trying to get Tristan Thompson right now.
I said the Clippers. You said Lakers.
Well, I'm saying he's a valid commodity on the market.
To go to the Lakers or the Clippers?
He's a valid commodity on the market. Whoever chooses to trade for him, I can see the Clippers trading for him.
Okay.
They might need a dog down there that is just going to get boards and can play defense on centers. Because what's that ugly dude that plays center for them? Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah, Montrezl
He looks
Harrell.
like a monkey.
Yeah, he's not too tall, too.
He's like 6'8".
Yeah, he's not too
But he
tall.
doesn't play big. He can play offense. He's a good offensive player, but he's not good on defense, which surprised me. He looks like a defensive stopper, right?
He's just smaller than everyone.
Yeah.
It's hard. But Tristan Thompson, he's involved in his game. So he's going to adapt to the time.
He's wasting his time.
Definitely not wasting his time.
He's wasting his time. When people will be like, yo, Shaq would be the greatest player ever if he had a shot. Yeah, well, then you would be taking Shaq out of the post. So then he wouldn't be doing what he is great at.
That's hard to compare Shaq because Shaq was in a time where that was the main thing. And then you had gentlemen, Tim Duncan,
What? Okay, let me ask you a question.
What?
I'm sorry that we're talking about Tristan Thompson on this podcast, but what is Tristan Thompson's greatest asset to a team?
Defense, right?
Defense and what?
You tell me.
Rebounding. You're going to take away something he does extremely well for something that he's in the bottom level of the league of. That's what you're going to trade his skill set for.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and say that, okay, the offense is going to run Tristan Thompson staying on the 3. What I'm saying is Colin Sexton, as aggressive he is offensively, he's running to the rack, right?
Uh-huh.
He gets double team. Shit, I could pass the ball out to Tristan Thompson and know he's going to make this shot.
So what you do is you trade for a center that can shoot. You do not make Tristan Thompson start shooting. That's not how the NBA works.
You make your guy adjust to the way the game is played.
No, I mean, we don't have to argue about this because we just disagree. But Tristan Thompson is never going to become a 3-point shooter.
I'm not going to say he's going to be a pure 3-point shooter, but
no,
you're going to see him shooting 3. That's what.
Let's make a bet
video
right
of
now.
him practice on it. Him and Andre Drummond.
How many people do you see practicing on 3s? Do you know Dwight Howard was practicing on his free throws for years? You remember that?
Is he a better free throw shooter?
No.
Okay.
He still fucking sucks.
That's Dwight Howard. We talking about Tristan Thompson.
Dwight Howard graded at all of them niggas. But listen though.
That's a fact. He took his team to the Eastern Conference Final.
Speak up, buddy.
You speak up. I can't hear you.
That ass is quiet in this room a little bit. Your beard look nice today.
Of course.
Who did that for you?
I know where to shop. Shop Anthony Forbes on Instagram. Website, click the link in their bio. You see the shine.
You need a haircut though.
The nice clip.
You need a haircut. The line is not looking as fresh as it was last week. And you gotta go out today. You got a party to go to.
What do you need?
I got a fresh cut, buddy. I look clean.
We talking about nice beard, now you're gonna talk about my hair. Like what's going on?
Because I'm looking at your beard and you need a fucking lineup. You want me to give you a lineup when we go back to the crib?
Bro, what you got for the people?
A lineup for you. That's what I got for the people.
Nah, what you got for the people?
What you mean?
What you got for the people?
I'm talking to you. That's what I got for the people.
Nah, you showing love. Now you on some other shit.
Bro, because I said you need a haircut?
Yeah.
Why are you so sensitive?
Not being sensitive. What we talking about? We talking
about your fucking hairline, Kiki. I'll play with you.
What we doing?
What we doing, bro?
I'm waiting for you to start the show.
We've been potting. What are you talking about?
I'm waiting for you.
You want to fuck up my mojo, then throw it to me? No, you bring something up, nigga.
Bro, come on.
Andrew Cuomo has nipple piercings.
He's a weirdo for that.
Nah, I don't think so. I think, well, further, he is a weirdo, but he's a freaky dude. He's an old Italian dude.
Why wouldn't he have nipple piercings? Because he like little kids.
Word? That's what you jacking?
Why else would you have? You're a grown ass man. Why do you have nipple piercings?
I don't know.
I mean, think that's an Italian
personally,
thing.
I'm not trying to expose myself on this podcast, but as a man who loves his areola licked, I don't have a nipple piercing per se, but if that's something you're into, right? If you like stimulation of the areola area, this might be something you enjoy. Like, what if he likes his nipple licked and he want to get it pierced so it feels better when his shorty is licking it?
Andrew Cuomo, that's I don't know what to say to that. I'm really disgusted by him to have nipple piercings at that age.
Right. He is 62.
Yeah, like
with nipple piercings. He's a young looking 62-year-old though.
Yeah, he's a good look.
Chelsea Handler was hitting on him.
Who's Chelsea Handler?
She's a comedian. She had a talk show. Kind of like an Ellen thing, but
how old is
it was a Chelsea Handler show. She's like probably mid-40s.
She got red hair?
No. She used to date 50 Cent though. Yeah. So I think it actually came out. People were flaming her because 50 Cent came out and said that he's voting for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
She came out and said, "Oh, I think I have to remind 50 that he's black based on who he's voting for." Yeah. I don't know if people apparently took that offensively. Number one, I think she was joking because her and 50 Cent used to date.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? That is kind of Joe Biden-ish, you know what I mean, as a white lady, especially someone who's woke. That's her thing. She was a comedian. Now she has completely went all woke on us.
Nah, that's funny as hell that you said that she woke on us. That's man funny. That's pretty creepy that she said that. Just because you black, that equals Democratic.
But that's the point. But that's the brainwash of society. Right? You wanted to come in here and talk about that tribalism. That is the thing. You're supposed to belong to this one tribe. And you're not supposed to deviate from that. People, I'm sorry. Right? Listen to this. as a black person who've briefly studied African history, that's a reason Africa was so easily conquered. Because they were broken up into tribes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're doing with the Democratic, the Republican.
Yeah. So with tribalism, that's the perfect example of it. Africa, the continent, is segregated into tribes. Understandable.
The entire continent.
And that's what America, we have two tribes, far left and far right.
Republicans and Democrats.
You funny as hell.
You like that? Democrats?
Yeah. Who said that? POTUS?
Nah, I just made that up.
You ain't make that
Hey,
up.
Trump hire me. Y'all fuck yo. Go ahead.
Nah, but so you have tribalism. You have the far left, the far right. Is there media for the far left? Yes, CNN.
Right.
Is there media for the far right? Yes, Fox. Understandable. And
Alex Jones also.
Alex Jones. There you go.
I fuck with that dude. Go ahead.
Yeah, he. I guess he drops gems. But having that tribalism. Understand this. In 2018 in Michigan, this is one of the school districts in Michigan. These people wanted to remove the word democratic, democracy, basically anything that started with DEM, you could say. They wanted to remove it from the school catalog, I would say. Okay. For these kids wouldn't even know what democracy is, which is like people coming together. Democratic, like these words will be removed from these kids to learn. So everything will have to be the government is more conservative, Republican.
Where is this?
In Michigan, and it was in 2018 in Michigan. Like that's tribalism right there. That show you these parents is like, yo, democracy, democratic words will not be taught to our kids. It will be Republican, and that's you. Can you really? Do you think you really could do that?
I think that's dangerous.
Especially living in the United States of America, when you want to know both sides. That's like saying, and a lot of schools don't do this. We're not going to learn about Black History Month.
Well, the same way that we have taken religions out of school, and for good reason, I get it, right? Because a lot of people participated in religion shaming, right? And also, you don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. Right? Like, I'm from Trinidad. Like, Trinidad is just as much a melting pot as America. We have a bunch of different races, bunch of different religions. So you could get an all-Catholic school, right? And everyone's praying, and then you have a few Muslim kids, and they kind of feel left out. And that's why they took religion out of school in America, right? You're not allowed to pray in school or anything like that. Correct?
Yeah.
Public schools.
Yeah.
The same thing with Democrat and Republican. Like, you shouldn't be pushing one thing.
No, you're not pushing it, but it's in the curriculum of this is democracy. They even said the word democracy, the democracy values. That's not just straight democratic stuff.
Wait, what? I'm confused.
So they didn't want the words democracy, democratic.
Right, so they took it out.
Well, yes.
So they're leaning towards one side.
Yes, leaning to one side.
Yeah.
But I understand you saying that you don't want to make people feel uncomfortable, but this is the history that's being taught. Like,
that's what
it started off as democracy, but they don't want that in there. They want everything to be straight Republican.
Well, Republican is democracy. Democratic is what you're trying to say.
No, Nick, I'm telling you, it is democracy. They said democracy.
Democracy.
Yes.
So they're trying to take the word democracy out of the dictionary.
No, not the dictionary. For that school in Michigan, that one school.
So they don't want a democratic society?
They don't. What I'm saying is that shit's in history, right? Democratic democracy is all in history, right? They want to take
the Democrats and democracy is two different things.
Nick, yes, and that's what I'm telling you. That's both of those shits, two different things. They want out.
So what kind of society do they want?
They want everything to be Republican.
But Republicans are a democratic society.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, no. I mean, I don't know. As I said, I think that's stupid. You need to teach these kids both sides. I mean, I don't understand how that would be legal.
That's what I'm
why
saying.
the fuck are they teaching?
They want to take out democratic values and reduce the word democracy.
What do they want to reduce it to? What are they trying to replace it with?
I don't know, but they want to keep everything.
Why are they teaching kids about politics in school?
Well, it's history. It's U.S. history. You don't. It's not, Nick. It's not how you get taught. How you're learning yourself politics is. This gentleman here that was the president was a Republican. This gentleman here was Democratic. This started because of democracy. That's the type of history you're learning. You're not learning how we look at it right now. We're talking about the evolution of the presidencies and the people that change things in the U.S.
When you learned politics in high school, did they teach you about? I really didn't know anything about Republican and Democrats or the different parties.
It was more. Maybe, I mean, if I'm looking at it right now, I'm gonna go based off. It was more of the South, like the conservative. I'm going like U.S. history way back then.
So this is y'all learned this in like middle school and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
The South conservative, right? Conservative is the Confederate flag, right? Am I tweaking?
Yeah, I mean conservatism could be related to the Confederacy
and the North. I'm not too much in tune with the history and everything, but that's how I look at it. It wasn't more of like, okay, you're Republican, you're wealthy, especially around that time, like wealth and everything. You're Republican. When I looked at it, it's like you're Republican. All right, you mean you're not there for the people. Democratic is more for the people. That's how basically it was in high school for me. For my analogy of understanding U.S. history, okay, Democratic, you're for the people. Republican, you mean you're not for the people, you're for yourself. That's how I looked at it.
Do you think that's dangerous to have that distinction between the two parties, that one is for the people, whatever that means, and the other one is not for the people?
Is it dangerous?
Yeah.
Oh, it could be dangerous depending on what that person does with that type of knowledge.
That information. The issue is I think most people aren't critical consumers of media, right? So especially like I see it with my mom and my stepdad. They take media for what it is. They go exactly based on the stories that are reported and the things that these political pundits say. For me now, I look at them and I kind of look past, okay, what is the point of this story? What are they trying to get?
But do you do that to the other side too?
I do that to every side.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the thing is, okay, so number one, I realize that I'm a Trump fan. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. Now, I'm not saying I agree with his political policies, but I'm a fan of Trump, right? If Joe Rogan drops a podcast with, say, a black comedian that I look up to or someone that I fuck with, I'm clicking on that. Hey, we need to watch that. We're going to get into the Joe Rogan Kanye interview. When that was dropped, okay, I need to get home. I need to get popcorn, sit down and watch this. That's the exact same way I feel when a drum rally drops. It's some of the most interesting shit you could ever fucking watch. This guy is an entertainer through and through. He might be the most entertaining person in America.
Is that why you like him?
Yes. That's how I fell in love with him.
Because he's just entertaining.
Entertaining as fuck. Now, this is where the media part comes in. This is the same thing that Theodore Roosevelt did. He used his bigger-than-life personality to make the country fall in love with him. And naturally, subjectively, right, the subconscious in your mind starts liking this person.
What type of people you think are at these rallies? Majority of people. What type of people you think are at these rallies?
I think in 2016, now, I'm not going to be ignorant, right? Because
why are we going to 2016? I said people at these rallies. So he had a most recent rally.
Right.
Where at?
In Minnesota.
Okay. What type of people do you think were at that rally?
What do you want me to say? Mostly white people? Yeah, mostly white people. Okay, conservative people.
Conservative people. What's their salary base? What would we say they have?
What kind of what? Salary base?
Do you think these people are? Majority of these people here.
I think lower to middle class.
Okay.
I think for the Democrats it's the same thing though.
Okay.
As we said, bro, the business people of America don't give a fuck about politics.
As we see, I'm gonna tell you something here. You go on Twitter, right? You go in the search bar. Don't click the search bar. In the search bar, all it says is politics, news, entertainment, sports, shit lazy people do.
Yes.
Basically what I'm saying, these are lazy people at these shits.
You think so?
Easily, bro. They all people here majority of those people are going to rely on that government.
That's not true, man.
Yes.
That's not true.
Look, they're going to rely on that government. Whoever it is, it could, like Democratic, right? You're going to rely on that gentleman there to come save you.
Well, the issue I have with what you're saying is I don't think you're completely wrong. I think majority of people in America are broke people. If you go to a movie theater, majority of people there are broke people. If you go to a fucking concert, the majority of people there are broke people. And
this guy here, my Lord Savior, is going to save me.
Okay. That's how we look at everything now.
Crazy.
But so my thing is I was sitting back and I realized, shit, I'm into Trump, right? And I never thought about the election. And we're a few days away from the election. And I'm sitting on Ballard's couch. I'm smacked out of my mind. That's how I got this idea. And I'm like, yo, if When is the election? Tuesday?
Thursday, November 3rd.
November 3rd.
Tuesday, yes.
If Tuesday passes and it happens that Biden wins the election, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
For what? Well, tell us why you're going to be mad.
Tribalism. I'm not saying I'm not a part of it. I'm part of the tribalism. Obviously, I don't view myself as part of the Republican tribe or anything like that. But I just want Trump to win. That's the person I like. Listen, I have no.
That's sad.
It's sad, yeah.
That's honestly, I feel bad for you. You my man.
I wish I
could save you to a more of a neutral side. I was like, none of this shit really matters.
Well, you know my personality. I don't take anything seriously. So I'm not saying I'm gonna be mad in the crib like, yo, fuck this. It's literally gonna be like, oh shit, I wish Trump had won.
But I know if he wins that you're gonna be talking hella shit to your parent.
Yeah, for fun. I do it for fun.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad for me.
I feel bad for you. I hate people that pick a side, especially on this dumb shit, because me personally, at the end of the day, any of these gentlemen that go into office, they don't affect you how you really think it's gonna affect you. You understand?
So just to bring a different perspective on that, because I kind of agree with that too. But just to play devil's advocate, it does.
So talk to me.
Are you gonna sit here and say Abraham Lincoln didn't change life for black people with the decisions he made? Are you gonna say Theodore Roosevelt? Are you gonna say Theodore Roosevelt? Let me finish my point.
I wasn't born around no time, so I can't give you an answer for those.
I'm showing you how a president, based on one or two decisions, can change the course of American life.
I don't care about those presidents. Let's talk about the dudes right now. I need to hear the dudes right now.
It's the same thing. I mean,
I want to hear the dudes right now. How any one of these dudes gonna change my life? My life has not changed because George Bush was in office, Barack Obama was in office, and Trump was in office.
So how about a person?
Everything was based off of me.
So how about a person that
just me personally?
So don't talk about yourself personally. When we say personally, we're trying to speak about the greater public of America. You can't speak for yourself literally. You have to assume the family down the block.
And I'm talking about the people that are so in tune with this shit that at the end of the day, it's really not going to affect you.
I'm going to challenge you on that.
Let's go.
Because what about the people that didn't have health care, right, prior to Obama dropping Obamacare? And I work in the hospital. I've seen people turned away or not able to get the treatment they needed.
Okay.
Because they didn't have proper health care.
Yes.
What if Biden gives us health care so that someone, auntie who has cancer, is now able to say, you know what? Even though this is a more expensive route, I could afford it now based on this health care, based on universal health care. Canada has universal health care. No one has to pay for health care. Right. What if they was to usher that in?
So listen, but you a Trump fan, right? So is that more of a Biden thing to usher that in? Is that a Democratic value to usher that in?
They're both arguing about it.
Wait, what is the argument? Is Biden more for it for universal health care? And
Trump
is against it?
None of them are for universal health care. That was
none of them are.
No, but I'm saying it could happen.
Is there universal? I'm trying to understand.
There's not universal health care in
America. There's no universal health care in America.
No.
So is Obamacare correlated to universal health care?
No.
Okay. Explain to me Obama healthcare situation.
I don't know. I'm not even going to try to explain it. That's actually so. I have a note section in my thing about things I want to learn about, and since that's one of the things that the candidates bring up a lot, I do want to learn about the different healthcare options these guys are providing. Next week, we have an interview next week, but next time we have a show, I'll try to break it down for you guys. Okay. So, but I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Use the example of healthcare. Is Obamacare a good thing? I don't know. Okay. Well, they argue about it. The Democrats say it is, and they said it's. You flawed. Said you seen people turn away. Is that because Trump is in office? If Obama was in office, there was Obamacare. Okay, would they be turned away? So listen to me. What I'm explaining to you is that we are clearly in a bad position right now, healthcare wise, in America. We do not have one of the best healthcare systems for being the biggest country in the world. We should have one of the most edge-cutting healthcare systems. So that's one thing in our country that could be improved that would make it a completely different country and affect your life, as you said. Oh, these guys can't affect my life. I'm not saying that Trump is going to do anything. I'm not saying Biden is going to do anything. I'm telling you, it is a possibility that one of these guys could have an idea for changing healthcare that could actually have an effect on the American people. So when you say, I don't give a fuck, these people they're not providing any change in my life, I'm going to challenge you on that and said that they can. Just like Abraham Lincoln, obviously times were more, but I'm drawing a reference. This is a job. It's a job of being in office. You might not, listen, bro, slavery was normal. No one was thinking about slavery needed to be changed. It was normal. Theodore Roosevelt came into office, and once when there was a population of 6 million bisons in the west of America, there was now 1,000 left. And if he didn't make a decision that no one was caring about in the United States at the time, the United States would be Africa. We would have no more resources. The country would be fucked up. And Theodore Roosevelt put his foot down.
Do you think Africa is really that bad?
A lot of places in Africa are fucked up. I'm not
Do
saying
you think
a
lot of places in Africa are really that bad?
Yes.
Bro? Come on, bro. Africa is bigger than everything. You think a lot of places in Africa is fucked up like that? Cut it out.
I mean, we shouldn't get into a discussion about this because I don't want to talk about anything I don't have cold hard facts on. I might be wrong. You might be wrong.
They got money over there. The things we know about Africa, yeah, you could say that, but that Africa's bigger than all the other continents.
What does that mean?
But what I'm saying is, it's big as fuck. We see small percentages. There was slavery happen, right? Those are the places right by the fucking water. That's a small percentage of Africa in general, as a whole.
Okay.
If we wake up on TV and we see starving African children, that doesn't mean Africa as a whole have starving African children. You know who else is thinking about going to Africa to start some shit up? I believe Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter.
Come on, let's read.
You have Akon City.
Okay, so this is the world is worried about Africa, and with good reason. Late last year, the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank approved a $30 billion relief package for 22 of what they classify heavily indebted poor countries. So Africa is made up of a lot of countries. 22 of them are heavily indebted.
How many countries are in Africa?
Let's see. Let me check.
We got to see how many countries in Africa. Who else is indebted in the United States?
Come on, don't do that.
What I'm saying is we can't put that.
Malcolm, Africa is widely regarded that there are 54 countries. Over half of them are heavily indebted.
54 countries?
The U.S. Secretary of State said that we're not going to. Sub-Saharan Africa is beset with so many problems that the mind boggles. The average per capita income, excluding South Africa, inflation adjusted, is $315. That's over a year. $315, excluding South Africa, the part that is rich. Bro, we'll do our research. And maybe I'm being ignorant by just saying Africa is a country in financial strains. But it is. It's widely regarded as it is.
But they got big boys there.
They
go to African Forbes.
I'm not saying they don't have big boys. But a lot of the country is poor.
I don't want that picture portrayed.
It's not a picture to portray. That is a fact.
No, it's not a fact. Come on.
Malcolm, what do you think? American poverty or African poverty?
Come on. Or Russia poverty.
Bro, answer the question.
Come on. Or China poverty.
Which, okay, do you know Russia is one of the top 3 countries in the world?
But there's still poverty, right?
Bro, shut up, bro. You're not basing this on no fact. Like, it's one of the top economies in the world.
Okay.
My point is just to, and I agree, I kind of agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, we need to bring in a different perspective. The president could have an immense effect on everyday life in America.
I'm going to tell you like this. So is it morally right to say, okay, we're not going to give this gentleman here, this family here, the right benefits that they need? Is that morally right?
No.
No, right? So I'm looking at like, yo, you are morally wrong as a person.
But that's why
understandable.
That's why the president can make it different, because there's a lot of moral decisions that are written into the Constitution, like slavery.
Okay, but what I'm saying, stop. What I'm saying, for the health situation, you're morally wrong as a person, right, for not giving this gentleman the right standards that he needs to take care of his health problem. Understandable. So you're a fucked up person at the end of the day. Is that the right thing to do?
No.
So do you really think that a president would really do this?
I mean, we don't have that type of healthcare. So technically, every single president did not give that.
Did not give it.
So that's why it could be.
Well, I'm not talking about universal healthcare. I'm talking about
universal healthcare would make a big difference. So we're not gonna say.
So are these presidents saying they're gonna give out universal healthcare? Or no.
No, I'm
okay. I don't want universal healthcare.
What?
No one gave out universal healthcare, but they're not for universal healthcare, so it's not gonna happen in the next 4 years.
What I'm telling you is that an American president could change your life. I could probably think of a bunch of different things in which an American president can change your life.
To really change our life, but
what was Andrew Yang talking about? I never really got into
$1,000 a month, universal base income. We got it. Motherfuckers get $600 a week. Yes, it died out, but 600 times 600 times 4, you got 2,400. So 2,400. That's more than what he was giving you.
Has there ever been a society where people just give out free money for no reason? I don't like that. I don't like that idea.
Yeah. People are. There was a situation. Mayor Bloomberg was giving out people just for going to the doctors, the dentist. You were getting paid for doing good in school, for going to your
that's
take
work.
Your regions.
That's work. That's not just giving everybody. That's incentive based.
Well, yeah, but I'm understanding there's more to it. Of okay, you get universal base income because there's driverless trucks on the road. You don't have a job because there's driverless trucks on the road, so we'll give you $1,000.
Word. When the fuck did that happen?
That's what's gonna happen in the future.
Okay.
But when these trucks get into the cities, they're gonna need a driver. Let's look at it now. What's the world coming to because of COVID-19? Right? The doctor who was the doctor before? Did this gentleman get fired that was working under Trump?
Anthony Fauci.
He's
a big boy. He's served in the past 4 presidential cabinets. He's not getting fired.
The article just came out that he said that everything would kind of go back into 2022, right? So let's look at New York City as a whole. These office spaces, right? We talked about it before. We said, Amazon could come in and sweep and you could wake up one day and go get your package downstairs. Or who the fuck wants to do work at home? So people could be buying these spaces out. I forgot the name of this company, but there was a company that wanted to start the place where you buy a commercial spot and you basically rent out office space. That might be the new thing too.
You buy a commercial spot and you rent out office space.
Yeah. So me and you wanna. We salespeople. We got to make phone calls. Do I want to do that shit in my house with my family? No, because I might not have the room. Every time I speak, they can hear my kids, and I can hear their kids.
Or you might not have the motivation.
Exactly. So you go rent out the office spot.
Okay.
You understand? So it's crazy what the world is moving into. I don't even know why the fuck I honestly said that.
I mean, I don't know how you got there, but that's a fact. I mean, that's what's going to happen. I think Facebook is not going to have any more like in-building employees. So that's definitely the way the country is moving.
Do you think Democrats or billionaires are pushing Democratic views, pushing their funds to Democratic views to prevent competition for the billionaires and to make people feel like they need government assistance and they can't reach their full potential? And the only reason why I asked is because I was on an Instagram Live with a gentleman who said he has $2 billion in assets. I wasn't on Instagram Live with him. I was watching his live.
Who's
$2 billion in construction. We'll put his name in the description.
You don't know his name?
Off the top of my head, no.
Okay.
It was on Instagram Live.
Okay.
I don't know his name. No, I don't know his names, and I told him I'm gonna put it in the description.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I said.
Yeah, nigga, shut up. I just say he got Billy's. I think you'll remember a nigga with Billy's name, but go ahead.
I just followed him on IG like just this week.
Okay.
So people were saying, yo, why are these billionaires funding all these Democratic views? And this is his statement was, look, these billionaires don't want competitors. What's one way to make them have less competitors and prevent people from reaching their full potential? Push the Democratic view, right? Mm-hmm. So now let's think that there was a case this week, Wednesday, where there was a hearing, Senate hearing, Republicans going against the big companies. So big companies like Twitter, Facebook, right? Mm-hmm. Twitter, Facebook, Google. And the problem is, reading an article, I wanted to niche pick the Twitter argument of the senators coming at Jack Dorsey. You understand? The CEO of Twitter. Mm-hmm. So the problem is, look, Trump would tweet something, and Jack Dorsey, CEO, and his team, Twitter, would fact check his tweets, right? Or basically, I would say criticize his tweet.
They put a fact check button on it, saying that this is wrong.
Yeah, and also criticize it. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So they were wondering how come Twitter's doing this to President Trump, but they prevented accounts from sharing the New York Post story of wrongdoing recovered from Hunter Biden laptop, which is Biden's son, money laundering investigation, right? Why did Twitter censor so many of Trump's tweets, but leave up tweets by Iran's Ayatollah Khamenei threatening destruction of Israel and denying the Holocaust? Or tweet by a member of the Chinese government accusing the U.S. of causing the coronavirus pandemic, or satirical tweet accusing Senator Ron Johnson of killing his neighbor's dog. So this was Jack Dorsey's solution to each of these events.
Okay.
So
he did question Jack Dorsey killing his dog. No, Ron Johnson killing his dog.
Yes, he's wondering how come like these weren't fact checked or taken off of Twitter.
Ron Johnson is Republican.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So here was Jack Dorsey's solutions to all those events that were stated of why like these tweets weren't banned or fact checked or removed from Twitter.
Okay.
In the case of Hunter Biden's story, he said the company incorrectly applied its policy on hack materials in reverse course in a day.
That's so stupid. So what they're saying is that, okay, the story is true, but someone got it through hacking, so we're not going to report it. What the fuck does that mean? Have you ever heard of Edward Snowden? We've all heard about Edward Snowden, right? That's the guy who did the WikiLeaks. Mm-hmm. He got it all illegally, and he was what do they call it? Whatever. He released information. Mm-hmm. Everyone reported on it because it's news. Yes, he got it illegally, but that's sometimes the job of a reporter.
Yeah.
So that's a dumbass fucking excuse.
It is, right?
Well, go ahead.
So he said Trump tweets weren't censored. They were just flagged as misleading or dangerous and had extra context added to them. And then the Ayatollah's tweets didn't violate Twitter's policies because they count as sabre rattling, which is the display or threat of military force against foreign adversaries that the company tolerates from world leaders. As with many congressional hearings, the point of this wasn't really to get answers, but sound bites. That's what they said. So they said no one was readier to add their sizzle reel than Ted Cruz, the Texas Republican. This was a technique. So what Ted Cruz said, the Texas Republican, this technique is basically bullying. You understand? So what I'm about to say, let's correlate it to what happened to the CEO of Reddit. He basically got bullied to the point he committed suicide. Right? You would say that, right? The government bullied him to where...
Yes.
All right, bro. I can't deal with this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Senator Ted Cruz, the Texas Republican, he asked Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, Mr. Dorsey, who the hell elected you and put you in charge of what the media are allowed to report and what the American people are allowed to hear?
Yes.
Understandable, yes. Remember what I asked before? I said, why are these billionaires pushing Democratic views? Where they putting their money to Democratic views? Is this money that Jack Dorsey is getting where you have to censor Republican tweets or the POTUS tweets?
So we know billionaires are the biggest funders of presidential campaigns. I mean, billionaires really run the country, right? Mm-hmm. But when you have a billionaire like Jack Dorsey, who is not only filthy rich, but unlike Elon Musk or unlike Jeff Bezos, he has real influence because he kind of controls the biggest media medium in America, right? So he might be one of the most powerful people up there, right?
You say that, right? That's key that you say that, right?
Yeah.
All of those guys are Google, Facebook,
Mark Zuckerberg,
right?
Yeah.
How powerful do you think they are?
They're in the upper echelon. They control news.
New founding fathers, you would say? New founding fathers, you would say?
In the sense that they are going to shape America in a very different way.
Bro. Wow. We are out here changing laws that were created in the late 90s and early 2000s because of technology. Section 230.
What's that about?
This is really what the argument about. But they said that during this case here, they didn't really focus on Section 230. But this case was made to deal with Section 230, which is it allows internet companies to remove content that is obscene, lewd, filthy, excessively violent, harassing, or otherwise objectionable without being exposed to legal liability.
What I agree with that.
Yeah.
Twitter should not be liable for someone uploading anything.
Yep.
But they don't censor all of that stuff. I see people get killed on Facebook all the time. Are you telling me that's more dangerous than Trump tweeting whatever he wants to tweet? But back to your question, I think, yeah, it's undoubtedly that the billionaires like Jack Dorsey, like Mark Zuckerberg, are going to leverage their power in their views to benefit their business the same way Rockefeller did, or to continue to elevate up that net worth ladder, just like Carnegie did. Right, that's what all they did. They pulled strings in office, and now that these guys, they don't have their president in office, so now they're gonna go about it a different way. We're gonna censor you, Trump, and we're gonna discredit a lot of the things that you say. Yeah, and then, I think Trump is getting back to Nick again. Being a Trump fan, I wanted to get a MAGA shirt coming here. You think that would have been provocative? If I got a MAGA hat and I came and sat in here.
If you fuck with Trump, you fuck with Trump.
I fuck with him. I'm not saying, and this is the thing, right? Nick, 35-year-old Nick, don't be hard on yourself for your kid you're learning. I'm thinking like, when I'm 35 and I look back talking about I'm a Trump supporter, I'll be like, yo, I'll be really disgusted in myself. But I'm not a supporter.
You think you will be discussing yourself?
I might be, because everyone seems to hate Trump, and I seem to not get it. So maybe
you're around people that hate Trump. Not everyone hates Trump.
And what did my mom say?
What you say?
I'm a natural contrarian, and maybe that's why I started liking Trump, because I consider myself to be a Democrat, right? And all I do is watch CNN news, and just watching these motherfuckers hate on Trump, being the contrarian I am, I probably just started liking him.
Exactly.
I've always been the dude. I've always been the dude that's like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna like the guys that are not
popular.
Yes.
Yeah, basically. But you like a popular dude. Did. Trump, he's a popular dude.
No, he's anti-popular, I would say.
No, he's anti-popular in your situation. You're in New York City. But once you go out east, my brother, you in the masses. I mean,
Trump is down in every poll for his 2 elections, bro.
But what I'm telling you now is you come out east, New York, because New York City has all the numbers. Like I said, you're in New York City, where all the people are at. So, yes, New York as a state, he's not going to win New York. No. He's going to be down in those polls, right?
Do you realize they don't even campaign in New York?
Exactly. It's a waste.
Yeah, are we Democratic, New York? Is this a Democratic state?
It's a Democratic state. Why? Because masses live here. Think about it. If we go in New York City, we not seeing nobody driving a car with a Trump flag around.
Hey, bro, we've been to LI. It's some.
You go to Long Island, you go to out east. Come on, they selling it right by Burger King. They all throughout Middle Country Road, Trump flag, all cars causing traffic, supporting Trump. Like I said, I don't really care, but what I'm saying is. That's just how it go down. You're around the people that have Democratic views. You're not. Right. If you go out east of Long Island, okay, brother, you fit right in.
Right.
You understand?
Right. Shout out to. I can't wait for the election, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to see.
Let's do something. Let's get high as shit.
No.
Let's just drink some tequila. Let's drink some tequila.
I'll pull up Monday night.
Where?
We can go live stream. Like how Joe Rogan's doing.
Bro, let's come in here. Put the news up there and just podcast, just chat, just record it and throw it out there.
I'm with it.
And we get some great content. But we be talk outs, right?
No, we not that talk out. You know, I'm not no talk out. Don't put that on me.
You want to do it? I'm not a talk out either.
Stop it.
Yo, you swear I'm a talk out. I got business going on. I'm taking care of business.
We all are, baby.
Listen though. Just because we got all of here from Andrew Cuomo. So he did one of the funniest shit that I think, and I agree with this guy, right? So his daughter, who looks like Buzz Lightyear. I forgot her name. She really looks like Buzz Lightyear. Her chin is strong as fuck. She got a strong chin. But she's 25, and apparently she started dating his one of his bodyguards. And Andrew Cuomo, in typical, you know what I mean, straight white male fashion. And the bodyguard is 35 years old. So he found out they were dating. And I think there's a law where if one of your bodyguards is romantically, you know what I mean, if he's associated with your family, he can't protect you. He can't be like, it has to be a certain level of separation. He made the guy transfer to Buffalo. and said that I don't want you near my daughter because I don't know what y'all doing. He transferred him to Buffalo because he controls that.
Hey, bro, you gotta get from around here.
That's some real dad shit. Like
that is some dad shit, but that's some just powerful shit, honestly. Because if this was the early 1900s, if the Tom Stalin was alive, he would have got killed.
Or if Stalin was alive?
Yeah, that's
like if that was Stalin's daughter?
Yeah.
I don't think
Stalin, right?
I don't think you fucking Stalin's daughter.
You getting killed.
I don't think you would do that just because you knew the vibes.
That's true, but if you didn't know the vibes, you gotta start somehow, right? There's always a start to something. If you didn't know, you went to bro.
No, yeah.
He's getting killed. So he did the right thing.
Cuomo is the president we need. His daughters are valid.
So we need a president with just valid daughters,
Yeah, he got
For
like
what?
3. Because, something good to look at. Listen, bro.
Andrew Cuomo's a good dude to look at.
Listen, we've been going up, right? Michelle Obama, by all accounts, is a very beautiful lady. Right. I think she's you know what I mean? She's a beautiful, classic lady, right? After that, we got Melania Trump. Melania Trump is valid. She's valid. She's a model. You know what I mean? I'm knocking it off. No disrespect to POTUS.
Model?
She is a model.
Or a porn star.
She's not a porn star. She didn't do any porn.
She didn't?
No. She's a model.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. She's a swimsuit, classic, run down the walkway model.
Or porn
She's
star.
5'11".
Or porn star.
No, she's not a porn star.
She's not a porn star?
I'm sure she would make some great movies. Some great action. But who else? Trump daughters are beautiful. Trump daughter is beautiful. And now we have Kamala Harris, who's another beautiful woman. We have AOC, another beautiful woman. The women in politics are just going up. Like, honestly, being the old, you know what I mean? I don't know what to say. The old ugly lady, that doesn't cut it for politics anymore. What?
Yo, this is Stormy Daniels and Melania Trump accuse each other of being a hooker. I'm not reading no more news.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. But she's a model. She's a model.
That's funny as hell.
And then Cuomo with his beautiful daughters. Hey man, that'd be a come up for the country.
So we just we just gonna base everything off of valid shorties now. I like that.
That's been what it's based off.
Politics, man. Valid, beautiful ladies.
Yeah, how do you think Trump got elected?
Exactly.
Knocking off Stormy Daniels.
Oh, both of them.
He was knocking off both of them.
Dang.
You think they had the
so
three play?
Who got it though? Who got it now?
Who got what?
Melania Trump. What's her name? Melanie or Melania?
Melanie.
Is it Melania?
Melania.
I said Melania. I like Melania.
Nah.
That's a lot to say for a name though. Melania.
I'm not like a prostitute.
Exactly what she was.
Yo, why you keep saying that?
No, look it up.
Nigga, shut up. You did not see that nowhere.
Grab her by the box.
Ooh, you trying to grab her by the box? Yo, my laptop fucked up right now. But yeah, what you got for me?
I got for you. We got shout out to Rausch. So we got some Rausch Stocks. My gentleman here gets the backdrop of a few companies in their stocks and after their quarter earnings. So early this week, I want to say Wednesday or Thursday night, Facebook, Amazon, Twitter, and Google reported their quarter 3 earnings. And I got the drop for Facebook and Twitter. I'm going to give y'all some insight of the future for these companies. So I'm going to start off with Facebook. So Facebook user engagement slowed from the second quarter, but that was expected as people head back to school and work, and they spend less time on Facebook and IG. You understand? The advertising revenue much stronger in third quarter than second quarter as advertisers and e-commerce ramped up. Due to the fact of, as you can see now, when you go on Instagram, you could automatically go shop. Mm-hmm. You understand? When we go on Instagram, there's a button at the bottom now where you could just click the shop button. Yeah. So that's what Facebook has done.
So so Facebook has its own store. What is that store?
Facebook
about?
store, yeah, and Instagram.
So it's
Facebook
like Amazon?
Instagram. Yeah, so like if me and you, we make Nick and Mal merch, right? We could make a post, right? We make a post right here, this picture, and they could click the photo and buy the shirt right then and there off of Instagram.
Do you have to pay Instagram for that?
Do you pay? I'm not too sure how that goes.
Maybe not yet, but they're definitely going to move it towards that. Because how are they going to
pay Instagram for it?
You might have to pay to have that there. Like you got to
you probably do.
Yeah.
But That's what they have pushed. And as you can see, if you look at the bottom of your Instagram app, you easily have the shop button right there. Remember that time, like it was hard for you. You're like, how do you post? Because they switched everything up. They don't want to. They want you to spend money. So that happened. And then for Twitter, the users did not grow from the second quarter, so the stock went down about 15%. However, the revenues were strong as return of sports and new product launches drove advertising demand. Yet again, new product launches. You can see coronavirus has allowed people who want to be creative and working to sell things. So those are the Rausch stocks right there. So shout out to Rausch for that.
Who's Rausch? He's a dude you follow on IG or something?
Nah, it's one of my close friends from back home.
Oh, what does he do?
He works for an investment company down in the city.
So he be putting you on to the.
Yeah. So this is just something I want to add to the show.
No, that's wavy. I mean, bro, that's in that. You said he works at Wall Street. You said.
Yeah, he works with I believe a firm that just invests people money.
That's inside information right there. You don't gotta Google nothing.
Nah, I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna do my little homework.
Yeah, but my son Rausch about to give you the inside.
So shout out to Rausch Stocks. I think keeping this. I keep saying Rausch tweets. I don't know why, but Rausch Stocks.
Shout out to Rausch Stocks.
Shout out to Rausch.
What do you think about the Rockets hiring Stephen Silas
as what?
As a head coach?
I don't even know who the gentleman is.
So no one knows he is. That's a picture, right? So apparently,
like bogeys.
No, I think he looked like a smooth dude. I think he gets more pussy than Harden and Westbrook.
What do we think? Are we thinking of this gentleman as getting more box, or you think that they're gonna win a championship?
Both.
Yeah. Let's just aim to the side with the more box.
Well, I think the number one reason why he gets more box than Harden and Westbrook is because they're gay. I think we always talk about there has to be gay people in the NBA. I know it's gay players in the NBA, and some of them may be really good. Look no further than the 2011 Thunder team. KD, Westbrook, and Harden, they're all gay.
Why?
KD went to Golden State Warriors. That's probably the gayest move you could ever do. James Harden plays basketball like a gay dude. He has made a game so he could maximize the amount of contact he has with these males on the court.
Oh my goodness!
Foul! Ooh, touch me! Oh, pull my arm! You know what I mean? That's his game. He wants to be touched by men.
Now what about Russell Westbrook?
Westbrook, he's I don't know. I'll figure it out soon. Give me a couple of minutes and I'll figure out why Westbrook is gay.
He likes to jump.
Oh, his number is 0. What does your butthole look like after you just got rammed out? A big 0. Yo, y'all niggas is gay. And Harden too. Harden has a big ass beard, right? Do you know what a beard is in the gay community?
Tell me.
It's like a cloak. It's like a cover for being gay. So you remember the Aaron Hernandez documentary? They had the big guy. He's like, I just wanted to get really fat because that was my beard. Football was my beard. James Harden beard is his beard. Because he is gay. And KD. What does KD stands for?
Tell me.
Kill dicks. Oh. He's a dick killer. How do you kill a dick?
Wait, did not transfer to DK Metcalf?
What did DK do?
He a dick killer.
Come on.
But did not transfer to the person that's throwing him the ball.
Who?
Russell Wilson.
Now think about this, right? What did Future say about Sierra? She for the streets.
And she had one years ago. That was the rumor.
She had what? What did he say? He said Sierra got a dick, right? So why do you think they draft DK Metcalf? Because he's a dick killer. Russell Wilson is a dick killer. Russell Wilson, Russell Westbrook, RW. They all gay as shit, bro. Look, I told you. You thought I was bullshitting. And I really put you on. So back to what I was saying. What's his name? Stephen Silas. Okay, so apparently he's been an assistant in the league for about 20 years, right? It's interesting. The Rockets job, when Mike D'Antoni got it in 2015, he was supposed to get it. Like, he was like second in line. Then they gave it to D'Antoni. And he just sat down. He's like, listen, I'm not rushing. He sat down, paid his dues, and Now he got the job. And what's interesting about this? So he's a black coach. He got hired. Stephen A. always comes on to TV and he says, "Hey, more black coaches need to get hired. More black coaches need to get hired." Listen, I'm all for black empowerment. I'm all for black people getting put in certain positions, but I don't think that black people should just be given coaching jobs, right? I think sports is a meritocracy where if you do good, you're going to get the position. I don't think GMs are making racist decisions when it comes to coaching. They look at people. They may not have the resume that Mark Jackson has, but Steve Nash was one of the best point guards in NBA history. I think he might be a good coach. You know what I mean? He was kind of a coach for us when he was playing. And I bring that up because just based on what Stephen A. is saying, anyone that agrees with that, Steven Silas would have been a bad decision for coaching because he had no prior experience. Right? There's 100 white coaches out there with more experience than him. And my thing is, I've always hated that. I don't know how you feel about that.
You hate that.
Stephen A. always brings the coaching decisions to race.
Okay.
I hate it. It's like, bro, sports is a meritocracy. These people are trying to be the best and get the best player possible that they could get in that situation.
You're right, but you could look at it as like this. You think these gentlemen want to be around black people? I want to be around people I'm familiar with.
I don't think they're thinking like that today.
No, I'm just saying that could be the
thing.
Who would I vibe more with, a black guy or a white guy? Well, honestly, bro.
If you associate with basketball, you're surrounded by mostly black people.
But at the top, are you?
No, not at the top.
Okay.
Is the coaching considered to be one of those top positions?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's seen the GM and the owner.
Yeah, they probably do hang out a lot.
You know, hey, let's talk something out. Because if you're not hanging out, then you don't have. You got to think about this is a business. If you're not hanging out with the guy that's taking care of your whole team to make you money, come on, that doesn't even make sense.
Let's be honest though.
That's probably why the bad NBA teams are trash.
Do more white people coach than black people?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Are there more white coaches than black coaches
in the NBA?
Yeah, in NBA and football, whatever.
Yeah, I would say so.
So I think that's why there's more white coaches.
Yeah,
because there are more white people that coach. I mean,
yeah. I'm not saying like that's the thing. I'm just saying that could just be a viewpoint of Stephen A. Smith.
I agree with what you're saying. The reason why you can't use that is because how do you know?
Yeah.
How do you know? Oh, they didn't just hire Steve Nash because they think he's the best, or they didn't hire Steve Nash because the owner don't like to be around black people. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's something that has to come out for you to make that type of accusation against somebody.
That's a good viewpoint. But do you think this gentleman for the Rockets has a valid resume?
He's been coaching he coached under Steve Kerr.
Perfect.
I think he won some championships with Golden State. He coached under Rick Carlisle, who's like arguably one of the top 5 coaches in the NBA. Who else? He coached
is valid.
No, he's been coaching as an assistant coach for the past 20 years, and probably for the past 8 or 5 years as the second assistant, which is like the second guy under the head coach. The first guy under the head coach, his head coach, and then he was the assistant right under there. So, I think he's gonna be good. I know nothing about him.
I don't think they're gonna win a championship.
But yeah, but that's not a ceiling. I hate when people do that. That's why I hate sports media. It's like if you don't win a championship, it means nothing.
That's true. No, but I just hope like you're not getting that vibe. Like, all right, this guy's coming in and winning a championship.
I know he's not gonna win a championship. LeBron is about to 3-peat.
Yeah, easily.
But I don't think that makes him a failure.
Damn, you saying on 3-peat? He didn't even 2-peat.
No, he's about to 3-peat.
That's hard that you just said that. He about to 3-peat. He didn't even 2-peat yet, though.
No, this is what's going to solidify him as a GOAT in everyone's eyes. If he ties Michael Jordan in rings, Skip Bayless and them can't say nothing.
Okay.
You can't say nothing. This guy's been to 10, 11 champions. No, it would be 12. He would be 6-6. I won 6. I lost 6. Right? Would it be better if I didn't get to those finals and lost in the Eastern Conference Finals? No. Right? And the teams he lost to is going to be pretty impressive. Spurs twice. Warriors with KD twice.
Yeah. Mavericks
once. And who else did he lose to?
He lost in the playoffs?
Oh, and the Warriors. The Warriors when Kevin Love, and Kyrie Irving was hurt.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart and Kevin Love is almost the same name, right? You love with your heart.
Ooh, Kevin Hart, Kevin Love. But yo, switch it. It's Kevin Hart, Kevin Love. But switch it again. It's Kevin Hart, Kevin Love, Kevin Love, Kevin Hart.
You think Kevin Love loves Kevin Hart?
But does Kevin Hart
have a love for Kevin
Love?
I don't know. I got love for Kevin Love. I like white boys.
I have love for both of them too.
Where?
Did LeBron James ruin Kevin Love's career?
Yeah, he did. He got him some money though.
He got him some money.
Yo, that's crazy. LeBron got everybody. This is how much LeBron fucking hates Dan Gilbert, who's the owner of the Cavs. He came there, won a chip, just so he could get everybody their max contracts, Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith, and Kevin Love, and then bounce. And they're going to be bad for forever because they have a bunch of money tied up in niggas who's not making a difference.
At all. Kevin Love. I feel bad for you, my brother.
Wait, hold on. I had it right here. What is it?
You will ever go to a Cleveland Cavaliers game?
What do you mean?
Would you ever go to one?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't go to a Knicks game.
Cleveland Cavaliers versus the New York Knicks.
Wow.
That'd be the hottest game. You going?
I'm not going to that if it's in the gymnasium of Lincoln High School. That shit would be so. I'd rather watch Isaiah Whitehead and Lance Stevenson play 1-on-1.
You know what's crazy? If there was no pandemic and that game happened, it would be like there's a pandemic going on. There'll be no one in the stand.
Yes. Ooh, come on. Y'all niggas fucking suck.
Like, you think I'm really going to watch Colin Sexton go against RJ Barrett?
I don't know why you was going so hard for Colin Sexton early in the show.
Nah, do you see what he did?
What did he do?
He went to Bama and took him to the playoffs. Bama was a bad basketball team. He's a dog. Colin Sexton's a dog.
I guess they call him Young Bull.
He don't have no good mentor on that team.
They don't have no mentors.
No mentor at all. You have Tristan Thompson, who's cheating on a billionaire.
That's a dumb nigga.
Kim K follows him on Instagram.
No, they still together.
Oh, they are? Okay.
They love each other. He love that pop.
Oh, that's
that WAP.
Yeah, you got that bag
WAP.
different.
You know, I think she might have the best WAP in the family.
For real?
Just because she's the least good looking.
You think that's OJ daughter? OJ Simpson daughter?
That's OJ daughter.
That's OJ daughter, right?
Her face built like OJ. She got a big face. She got a big Nick face.
They just bleached her skin when she was little. And that's why the pops went to turn into a female.
Why?
Oh, that's not her pops. Never mind.
That is her pops.
No.
That's not her real pops.
That's not her real pops. So never mind. But that could hurt though. You're like, yo,
that make you want to.
I raised her, but this is really your daughter, and I just help you not to get locked up for life. And you really did it.
You think he was trying to get back at Chris Jenner for cheating on him with OJ by turning into a white woman so OJ was fucking him?
Oh, yo, that's a hot conspiracy theory.
No, that's not a conspiracy. I think he wanted that OJ dick.
But that means that OJ is Mook himself.
He turned into a woman.
OJ Simpson like men. Oh wait, OJ
Chris
Simpson.
Let's be respectful.
OJ
Chris
Simpson
Jenner
has
is a woman.
CTE, so he don't know.
Let's be honest. OJ Simpson is from the 80s. Them niggas was wilding back then.
80s. Oh.
There's a lot of stories. Marlon Brando, fucking what's a big comedian name? The black guy. You wouldn't know. You don't know shit about comedy.
Damn, that you just
Richard Pryor.
You just gonna come like that?
Who's Richard Pryor?
You just gonna come like that?
Who's Richard Pryor?
You just gonna come like that?
I've never heard you talk about comedy. I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to come at you like that.
That's crazy.
Well, you know what it is. I realized that unlike acting, the comedy scene, which I thought was pretty consistent amongst Americans, is not that consistent. Right? Like if you talk about Denzel, we all know Denzel is one of the best actors ever. No one's ever going to be like, Channing Tatum is a better actor than Denzel.
Yeah.
Me and Tyree was having a discussion. Shout out to Tyree because they're going to be on the show in a few weeks. Tyree was telling me that Kevin Hart is a better stand-up comedian than Dave Chappelle. And I lost all respect and I realized, everyone doesn't know about comedy.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and have a comedy talk with you, but you don't have to disrespect.
No disrespect.
That's
all
crazy.
Love, brother. Let's end the show with love, though.
Nah, I got to ask you a question. You
Go
ready?
Ahead. Give me a kiss on the cheek to end the show.
You ready?
Can we do that?
What is seen?
Can you give me a kiss on the cheek to end the show?
People, listen.
Can you give me a kiss on the cheek to end the show?
Listen, Nick. What is seen in the middle of March and April that can't be seen at the beginning or end of either month? It's the riddle of the week.
What can be seen in the beginning of March and
April? In the middle of March and April.
In the middle of March and April.
And that can't be seen at the beginning or end of either month.
The middle of March and April.
The middle of March and April. That's your answer?
Yeah. Is it right? What is it? Wait, hold on. Let me get another try. No, let me get another try. What can you see in the middle of March and April, January, February, March, April, that you can't see at the end of March and April? I don't know.
All right, I'm going to say the riddle one more time, guys, and I'm going to give you the answer. What is seen in the middle of March and April that can't be seen at the beginning or end of either month? Moment of silence for the listeners.
Let's give people a chance to figure it out.
A moment of silence.
Did you guys get it?
Did you get it? The answer is the letter R.
Oh, wait. March, April. That's a bad question. I'm going to tell you why it's misleading. Because when you said, what can you see in the middle of March and April that you can't see at the end of March? Okay, no, you're right. You're right. You're correct. That's
I'm not
a good
right.
riddle.
The person that made the riddle is correct.
No, you're correct. I thought you said at the end of the month, and then it would be implied. No, that's a good riddle. You want to create that segment now, the riddle segment?
Yeah, the riddle segment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys,
another one.
Guys, we out. We ran out of time. We out.
Yep.
Ever told on a nigga?
Nope.
Ever squeezed the trigger?
Yep.
Ever set a nigga up?
Nope.
Ever helped a brother out when he was down on his luck?
Yep.